What about making your sound better?
Hey guys, I'm Dominik from WA Production. We're here with Sigma that just finished playing his show. How was it tonight?
Really good. Always love it in Czech Republic. The people are up for good music and having a good time. So it's sick.
Was this your first time here, or have you been here before?
I've been to Czech Republic so many times, but this might be my first time here. Exactly. But yeah, it was great. So much fun.
All right, cool. So I'm with WA Production. We're a company based in Prague. Have you ever heard about us?
Yeah, I was just saying to you, I think I have. And I'm sure I've seen your name on websites, yeah.
Yeah, we make samples, presets, plugins, anything to help producers be better at their music. And we also have videos explaining how to make stuff, how to help them with production and everything. All right, so I'd like to ask about how you started producing. How old were you? When did you start? What styles did you start with?
I've been making music for years. Like, it's not like... When I first started, it was like so much harder to produce, because now you can go online, download everything you need, and you can do everything within your door. But back then it was a case of like the computers weren't fast enough to be able to actually like do everything on board, so you needed equipment and stuff. So yeah, like a very long time. But I think like professionally, probably for about maybe 13 years, and even back then like it was different. But now it's so easy with Splice and obviously guys like yourself. It's cool, man. It's a great time.
And how did you start? What programs did you start using? What do you use now? And what kind of computer do you use? Windows, Apple?
I used to use a Windows PC because I couldn't afford a Mac. So I started off from Cubase because that was the thing back then. And I still use Cubase as my main DAW now because I'm so used to it. I think I'm always inclined to start leaning towards Ableton because I think on the fly it's quicker and you don't need a dongle and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that would be kind of ideally in the next 2 years where I'd be. But I mean, ultimately the way I see the sequencer is just a canvas. Do you know what I mean? It's what you put into it.
Of course, I understand. So maybe what kind of inspirations do you have for starting music? Is there anybody that inspired you to make it, or was it just something that you wanted to go to fulfill you in a way?
Yeah, all day. I love to just create, like, it's what kind of, it's what makes, it's part of me, do you know what I mean? Every day, like, the first thing I do is go to the studio, and the last thing I do is leave the studio, and when I'm in bed, I think about what tunes I'm going to make. That's it, yeah.
And do you have any preferred plugins, presets, whatever you use to make music?
Yeah, so many. I mean, like, I think... so many. I've really got into the Roland Cloud stuff recently because obviously they've just launched that, so it's amazing kind of analog modelled synths that actually sound as good as the original. I mean, obviously that's debatable. I'm sure some people would say they're not, but I think they are. And yeah, like all the obvious ones like Serum, that's one of my main go-tos. I think like because I like to use quite a lot of sample-based stuff and some live instruments too, because I play guitar, I play piano, I play strings. So I like to record a lot of that, and I think that's important because it gives a real element to the music.
When you're on the road, do you try to make music when you're touring between city to city, or is this something like you have to be at home to make the music in your comfortable zone?
Yes, it's actually only recently that I've actually got my whole setup kind of mobile, because originally I used to have it on a home PC, but now, because I work quite a lot out of studios all over the world, so I need a mobile setup. So yeah, in the past like year or so, I've started doing it and I love it. It's amazing, yeah. So much better, so much more productive.
So when you're making a song, do you like starting with the drop or maybe the melody or whatever comes to mind? How's your process like when you make music?
All depends on the style of track that I'm making, because I make such a variety of stuff. I write a lot of pop music with a lot of like pop writers. I make dance floor stuff when I'm kind of in the mood. So yeah, it all depends. But I mean, I think generally if you're making very drop focused stuff, the most important thing is the drop, in my opinion. So make that first and then build other stuff around it.
Of course. So what kicked off your career? Which song, how did it start? Did you message somebody to listen to it? How was it for you?
Oh man, I think I've kind of had loads of very small steps in my career until suddenly we had like a giant leap, and it was like a very long process. So it was like writing lots of probably really bad music that no one really cared about. And I still do that, but I keep that on my hard drive, and people don't need to know about that. But yeah, I think that's kind of, I don't know. What's the original question? I forgot.
I forgot too. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. So, when you're making your set, looking for new songs to put into your sets, do you do it during the week, or is this something that you already have prepared for a certain country, city? How do your sets look like, or when you're looking for new stuff to put in your music?
I think it's a case of just seeing, because obviously when you travel a lot, you kind of understand certain territories like certain things, and especially not just territories, but depending on the lineup you're playing on. Because for us, we came from, as Sigma, a very just drum and bass background, but now because we play on different lineups, you kind of have to adapt a little bit to the people that are there. So yeah, I mean, obviously coming to Czech Republic, we know that you guys are just up for having fun, and like it's great. I love it.
Yeah. So also, I'd like to ask you if you have any maybe new releases coming soon with maybe some other artists. If there's anything you can talk about now.
Yeah, we've got a song with Sam Felt. We've got a track with a singer called Maverick Sabre in the UK. We've got a song with a guy from Bastille, Dan Bastille. There's so much stuff.
So it's something that we can look forward to now, because everybody here in the Czech Republic, as you know, loves you. And
all day. So yeah, I mean, I have literally 100 songs on my computer I could play you, but if I played them to you, I'd have to kill you. So. Not today.
Oh, okay. I understand that. Okay, so thank you, Sigma, for taking your time to do this interview. Yeah. I enjoyed it, and everybody also enjoyed your show. It was great.
Thank you very much, bro.
Thank you guys for listening. This is WA Production with Sigma. See you next time.